The Sailor's Elegy. On a secluded stretch of coastline, where the waves kissed the shores with a gentle embrace, there was a solitary figure, silhouetted against the setting sun, clad in tattered sailor's attire and holding a weathered violin. The man played a haunting melody that merged with the sound of the waves. The tune was melancholic, telling tales of long-lost loves, fierce storms, and lonely voyages. The sailor, known as Elias, was not originally from these parts. He hailed from a place beyond the horizon, a place of bustling ports and towering lighthouses. But the sea had claimed him as her own, and over the decades, he had sailed to the farthest corners of the world, battling tempests and seeking treasures. Yet, no matter the adventures he embarked upon, Elias's heart was always tethered to a single memory. Years ago, while anchored in a distant bay, Elias had met Alina, a woman of ethereal beauty with a voice that could calm even the fiercest of storms. Their love was swift and passionate, like a tempestuous sea. But their time together was brief. Duty called, and Elias had to set sail once more, leaving behind a promise to return. The voyages that followed were filled with peril. Elias faced pirates, navigated through treacherous waters, and even survived being marooned on a desolate island. Yet, through every challenge, the thought of Alina kept him going. Her songs echoed in his mind, guiding him through the darkest of nights. But fate can be a cruel mistress. On his journey back to Alina, a monstrous storm engulfed Elias's ship. The tempest raged for days. And when it finally subsided, Elias found himself on the unfamiliar shores where he now stood, his ship wrecked, and his crew lost. Desolate and heartbroken, Elias took to wandering the coastline, playing his violin to the sea, hoping that its waves would carry his elegy to Alina. Every evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, his music would resonate, filled with sorrow and longing. Unbeknownst to Elias, his melodies did reach someone. One evening, a woman, cloaked in a hooded mantle, approached him. As she drew closer, Elias's heart raced. It was Alina. She too had been searching for him, her love undiminished by the years and distance. Their reunion was bittersweet. Both had aged, and their once youthful exuberance had been replaced by a serene maturity. But their love, forged by time and trials, remained as steadfast as ever. Together, Elias and Alina built a modest dwelling on the coast. And every evening, accompanied by the violin, they would sing to the sea, their voices intertwined in an eternal dance. It was a song not of sorrow but of hope, love, and the timeless bond that endures beyond life's tempests. The desert's mirage, amidst the endless expanse of golden sands, where dunes rose like silent sentinels and the relentless sun cast shadows that seemed to dance with the wind. There was a legend. It spoke of a mysterious oasis, a haven that existed beyond the grasp of many, known only as the desert's mirage. For Adrian, a seasoned traveler with sun-beaten skin and eyes that held stories of 1,000 adventures, the legend was an enigma he had yet to unravel. The tales he had heard in hushed voices around campfires were always vivid, a shimmering lagoon, surrounded by palm trees, with waters so clear, they reflected the very soul of anyone who gazed into them. Armed with just a weathered map and an indomitable spirit, Adrian set out on a quest to find this elusive paradise. Days turned into nights and nights into days as he traversed the scorching desert. The journey was treacherous, with swirling sandstorms obscuring his path and mirages playing tricks on his weary eyes. One day, as the sun reached its zenith, Adrian stumbled upon a sight that left him in awe. Before him was the oasis, just as the legends had described. Lush green palm trees surrounded a pristine lagoon, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers. Overwhelmed by relief and joy, Adrian rushed towards the water, eager to quench his thirst. But as he neared, the vision began to waver, and the oasis started to fade away, like smoke dissipating in the wind. Realization dawned upon him. He had been ensnared by the very mirage he had sought. Dejected and with dwindling supplies, Adrian felt despair creeping in. However, the desert, in all its harshness, also held wisdom. That evening, as the stars began to twinkle, Adrian met an old nomad, who shared his campfire and tales of his own. "The desert's mirage you seek," the nomad began, in a raspy voice, "is not a destination, but a journey. It's the desert's way of teaching one about hope, perseverance, and the illusions we chase." Adrian pondered upon the nomad's words. The desert had not betrayed him. It had shown him the value of true discovery, the understanding that some quests were not about the destination but the lessons learned along the way. With newfound wisdom, Adrian continued his travels, not in search of elusive mirages, but to unravel the many mysteries that life held. And while he never found the mythical oasis again, he discovered something far more valuable: the realization that the most profound journeys often reside within us, waiting to be explored. Wanderlust Chronicles. In the heart of a world where horizons beckoned and uncharted territories whispered tales of the unknown, there existed a journal, its pages filled with stories from lands afar. The Wanderlust Chronicles, it was called, and every traveler yearned to pen down an adventure within its aged pages. Mara, a spirited young woman with fiery red hair and freckles like constellations on her face, was the current guardian of this coveted chronicle. It wasn't just any journal. It was said that the tales within had the power to come alive, taking the reader on a vivid journey through time and space. One evening, under a canvas of starry skies, Mara opened the chronicle to a blank page, and began to recount her latest escapade. She wrote of vast meadows where flowers sang lullabies, of enigmatic forests where trees whispered secrets, and of ethereal waterfalls that held the reflections of ancient spirits. As her quill moved swiftly, the words began to shimmer, and suddenly, she found herself standing at the edge of a cascading waterfall, its waters glowing in the moonlight. Surprised, she touched the water, and a silvery spirit emerged, its form fluid and ever-changing. "Greetings, Mara," it whispered. "You've awakened the spirits of the Wanderlust Chronicles. Your tales are so heartfelt that they've breathed life into our realm. Mara, always the adventurer, eagerly conversed with the spirit, learning of forgotten civilizations and hidden realms that even she hadn't explored. The spirit spoke of a place where dreams were woven into the fabric of reality, and memories took on tangible forms. As dawn approached, the spirit faded, leaving Mara by the edge of the waterfall. The lines between reality and fantasy had blurred, but the chronicle in her hand was real. Mara realized that every story penned in the journal didn't just capture an adventure. It became one, determined to fill the chronicle with tales that could bridge worlds and unlock dimensions. Mara continued her journeys. With every story, she not only etched her experiences but also unlocked doorways to realms unknown. Years passed, and as Mara grew old, she passed on the Wanderlust Chronicles to a young adventurer, ensuring that the tales of Wanderlust would continue to thrive, bridging worlds and touching souls, one story at a time. And so, in a world where boundaries were meant to be crossed, and stories were doorways to new horizons, the legacy of the Wanderlust Chronicles lived on, an everlasting testament to the spirit of exploration. The Dreamweaver's Tale. In a realm where dreams and reality intertwined, there was a being known by many names. The Dreamweaver, the teller of night tales, the keeper of hopes, dressed in robes made of silvery moonbeams. The Dreamweaver's eyes held constellations, and their fingers, when they moved, trailed stardust. It was said that every night, when mortals drifted into slumber, the Dreamweaver would craft tales, weaving dreams from threads of memories, hopes, and fears. These dreams would then be delivered to sleepers, filling their nights with visions both wondrous and terrifying. Lyria, a young maiden with a relentless curiosity, had always been fascinated by her dreams. They were vivid, filled with fantastical creatures and lands beyond imagination. One night, she decided to stay awake and wait for the Dreamweaver, hoping to meet the elusive being. Hours passed, and when the first touch of night's magic began, Lyria felt a gentle pull. She saw a figure approaching, its form bathed in the soft glow of the stars. It was the Dreamweaver. "You've been waiting for me," the Dreamweaver said, their voice like a melody of the night. Lyria nodded. "I wish to know the tales behind my dreams. Why are they so vivid? Why do they feel so real?" The Dreamweaver smiled. "Dreams are reflections of the soul, dear Lyria. They are fragments of lives lived, of paths not taken, of desires unfulfilled. When I weave them, I merely channel your innermost thoughts." Lyria pondered on this. But why do some dreams bring joy while others bring fear? The Dreamweaver sighed. "Life is a balance of light and shadow. Dreams serve as mirrors, reflecting both the beauty and the darkness within. They help you confront your fears, celebrate your joys, and sometimes show you paths you might want to tread." Intrigued, Lyria asked, "Can I learn to weave my own dreams?" The Dreamweaver, after a moment's consideration, extended a hand. "Join me tonight. Let us weave a tale together." Together, they danced among the stars, trailing stardust and weaving dreams. That night, Lyria learned to craft tales of joy, hope, love, and even sorrow. She learned that dreams were not mere figments of imagination, but powerful tools of introspection and change. As dawn approached, the Dreamweaver gently said, "It's time for you to return. Remember, every dream has a purpose. Embrace them. Learn from them." Lyria, filled with gratitude, nodded. "Thank you for this gift." From that night on, Lyria not only dreamt but also began to help others interpret their dreams, becoming a beacon of hope and understanding in her community. And sometimes, on especially starry nights, she would dance among the stars, weaving tales with the Dreamweaver, celebrating the endless tapestry of dreams.